tomorrow many people will lose their work authorization. That is a terrible place to be, and it shows just how hatred and racism is so blinding that is not even logical. And the fact that many people lose their work authorization will impact industries in this city and across this country, and folks are blinded by that.
Tomorrow, the termination of TPS. Thousands of patients who have lived, raised families, strengthened our economy, and enriched communities across this nation. This decision does not reflect the reality on the grounds in Haiti, nor does it reflect our values as a country.
The only thing that can make work authorization and TPS protections go away is if the district court in Washington, D.C. dissolves its order protecting your status. That has not happened yet. And even though the government's website still says July 10th, it is you only should be looking at the district court to see when it will rule. And the district court in that case has said it is not going to do anything until at least July 20th. So at least until July 20th, TPS work authorizations are still in effect.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh?
What? Wait, what'd you
American?
say?
Black American?
And the cleaner had to go to the United States Embassy and find out that the people are coming out with your country. The government lied to us. That is an act of treason, and untrue, mental illness. And the president of the government must resign to go to prison for treason. Amen.
Jamaicans are pissed that Haitians are coming to their country. They feel betrayed that their government signed this third country transit program behind their back. And this is only temporary. 14 days, no longer than 14 days. Or is it? Is there a loophole? Let's check this out. So the U.S. wants to deport the Haitians July 10th because that's when they losing their status. So they set up this third country transit program with many countries. Jamaica is one of the recent ones, right? So the U.S. is funding 100% of all costs. They are funding the food, housing, security, and transport, while the International Organization of Migration manage the daily logistics in Jamaica. There's a strict cap. Jamaica will only accept maximum of 25 people every 2 weeks. Each person can only stay in Jamaica for a maximum of 14 days before being flown to Haiti. 14 days, no longer than 14 days, or is it? Because, you know, these immigration lawyers are pretty crafty. They're pretty crafty. They find loopholes. So once the U.S. flies a Haitian national onto Jamaican soil, that person falls under Jamaica law. Under the international treaties, they could immediately apply for asylum in Jamaica. If they do, Jamaican courts can legally block the U.S. from putting them on a plane to Haiti, freezing the deportation process entirely. Is that what y'all don't want to happen, for them to find this loophole? But I find it hypocritical, because what happened to out of many comes one people? What happened to we all came over here on the same ship but just got off on different stops? Now that the ship is pulling up to your country, you don't want the Haitians to disembark. So it's not okay for the U.S. to enforce immigration policy, but it's okay for Jamaicans to say, we don't want them, even if it's temporary. Because maybe the loophole might not work. They just don't want the possibility of any of that happening. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
Alright, today Hatians are regretting. Today Hatians are now realizing the importance of having Black Americans on their side. Do you know one thing? For decades and decades of the years, we have all seen how Black Americans have been in America struggling, fighting for these immigrants, fighting for Haitians, fighting for any other immigrants in America. But with the Haitians, they came up and they start disrespecting Black Americans. Okay, so today they are regretting disrespecting Black Americans because the time of deportation, it has actually reached, and there's no any other community who are there to fight for them. So today Haitians are regretting of calling Black Americans names, of calling Black Americans dirty, of calling Black Americans all, and disrespecting Black Americans. You know, for decades and for decades, Black Americans ancestors who are there fighting for the government to allow Black people to come and stay in America. But for Haitians, they never saw this. They never realized that wherever freedom they used to enjoy in the United States of America, it was a work of Black Americans. So for them starting disrespecting Black Americans, for them coming out and start ignoring and disrespecting Black Americans, today they are crying because they are going to see and already are seeing the consequences of what they went and looked for. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, this is Majoka Report. If you are new here, kindly just take 1 second, kindly subscribe to this channel. We run to 1,000 subscribers, and then if you are my returning subscriber, thank you very much. So before we continue with this commentary, let us watch some of the videos, and then we come back, we talk more as we always do. Let's go.
What's your problem? You realize that you treat your slave masters that have enslaved you for centuries better than you're now treating the Haitians. Why are you so mad at them? Because they came here and they work hard to achieve the things that they have, while you lazy fucks sat on the farewell welfare system because your grandmother, mama, and everybody else was brought up on it. The people just want to know.
So sis went on a really hostile rant in her full clip, which was almost 5 minutes. I only took like a little bit of that segment because that's really the gist of what she's trying to say. But let me just respond very quickly. I understand that you're emotional. I understand that this is a tough situation to be in. I understand that there's probably some people making trolling comments and saying things that are inappropriate. But this concept that Black Americans are just living on welfare is just a fallacy. I mean, I just looked up Google, and 53% of Haitians are living on a major government assistance program to this very day. So we're 50% of our population is not on welfare, right? So, you know, I'm not really sure where this jealousy is that you think that we have for you, and that goes for any migrant population. I don't really know. You don't have anything that we want. You don't have anything that we can't get, okay? If you really want to flex, then the real flex will be fixing your country. The real flex will be, since you have your own plot of land that is really for you, to actually fix that and actually make that into a paradise for you and your people, right? The real flex is not leaving your shit and then coming to somebody else's shit and trying to make a life in somebody else's shit that was already built up and is already set up for you to succeed in whatever way you see fit. Okay, that's not really a flex. We're at home. This is our home. So whatever the hell we choose to do while in our home is really our business. Okay, you are a guest over here. So let's just make that very abundantly clear. We don't have a reason to look at you with envy. Okay, no reason at all. None of you that come over here, especially all of y'all that's coming over here from these third world countries, you do not have anything that we want or that we need. Okay, so I don't know why y'all keep trying to address us. You're the one who is perpetuating white supremacy by using talking points that to basically say that Black Americans are all just living off of welfare. Y'all act like we just got taken over here, dropped off, and just been lazy, kicking up with our feet up, with the government taking care of us for the last 400 years. Like we've done absolutely nothing for 400 years. Y'all act like we're trust fund babies that are just benefiting from a mammy and a pappy. I mean, let's be for real, sis. If you was really that hard working, would your country be fucked up like that? Would your country be full of garbage and trash where nobody seems to give a shit about what it looks like? I mean, at the very least, I mean, if you're going to blame the West for all of your downfalls and all of your problems, if you're going to say that it's the West's fault, I mean, at the very least, you could try to take care of it by picking up the garbage off of the ground. I mean, instead of just trashing everything, but, you know, whatever.
You know, so funny today, I was on TikTok, I saw this Black lady talking about Haitian go back home.
Okay.
And they were saying, you didn't build nothing here. Go back and build your own country. I need her to rephrase what she said about your own country part? Yes, lady, yeah. We have our own country. We have a country.
Here we
To
go.
go back to.
Here we go.
Where are you going back to? Because Trump pretend like he likes you guys. Some white people think you pretend like they like you guys. Some. But guess what? One day the table will turn and they ask you to go back home.
They're gonna ask us to go back home.
They're gonna ask you to go back home one day. Okay, lady? They're gonna ask you to go back home one day. The table will turn.
No, they won't.
Okay?
You see how this Haitian lady is gloating, talking about, oh, one day the tables are gonna turn. They're gonna actually go back home. Go back where we are home. Where I'm gonna go? Georgia? Virginia? South Carolina? Like, they want us to be immigrants so bad. And I think that's where a lot of the resentment comes into play. The resentment, the hatred, the anti-Black Americanness that a lot of immigrants have is because we are not immigrants and we can't be deported anywhere. And I really, really am deep down in my heart, not all of them, but I feel like some of them really deeply resent Black Americans because we're not immigrants. They don't like us for that. They don't like us the fact that we've never had to go to an immigration office. We're not running from the ice cream truck. Like, they really can't stand us for that. So for her to be up here saying, oh, one day the table's gonna turn and Trump act like he like y'all. Donald Trump is not the first president of the United States. Black Americans been here since before the inception of this country. If they could deport us en masse to somewhere, they would have already done it. Think about all of the horrific things they've been trying to do to wipe us out. It goes deeper than you think. Use your noggin. Clearly, we're not immigrants and they can't send us anywhere because if they could, they would have. They've literally been burning down our establishments, redlining us, doing everything they can to set us back. Everything under the sun except for what? Deporte, because where they gonna send us? And the fact that she's gloating and like got a smirk on her face like, yeah, it's gonna happen. No, it's not. The tables are not going to turn to whereas they're going to tell us to go back home because we are home. Y'all really have it in your minds that we're not American. And it's really sad and pathetic that you think this country is just a white man's country. And it is not. It is not. Yes, some white Americans helped to build this country, but Black Americans were here since the very inception as well. Fought in every single war. Did free labor and paid labor to build an economic base for this country. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, y'all really confused. We're not immigrants. What y'all think about this? Sound off in the comments below. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Our time is coming. Wait, I have to add this before I leave. Y'all don't want to be in y'all's country. So as much as y'all got a country to go back to, your ass ain't never there and don't want to go there. Y'all are literally picketing, rioting, and trying to storm the Capitol so that you won't have to go back to your country that you're so proud of. All right, bye.
Girl, this the kitchen right here where people cook. You probably can't see it good. This the kitchen, girl. And girl, let me show you the bathroom. This is where you take a shower at. And let me show you where you use the bathroom at. You see that hole? Okay. Now, this where this young lady and her son, she pregnant. She let me stay until I can get out of here or get on my feet. Look. Girl, look. This her son. We all sleep on one bed. Life is hard up here, girl. This shit is crazy.
What's up, guys? It's Philly Dom. I'm out here with, what's your name? Let me know your name again.
Marie Sanveliz. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning back in. And today I would like to talk about my first day in Haiti. My first day in Haiti, y'all, was a shock, but I'm going to take y'all back a little bit outside of just my first day in Haiti. I was released in February 26th from TDC. Once released, I was transferred to an immigration facility. Once there, I had to just come with the reality come to face with the reality that I could very well be deported and sent back to a country where I had nobody, my family, everybody was going to be away from me. I would literally be starting a whole new life. Went to court. Of course, the inevitable happened, and here I stand. I met many other women that went through the same thing. So immigration is a whole nother subject, but it's a sad subject too, because so many people were affected by this. Y'all, my first day here was a shock, okay? Here I am coming to a country that I know no one. I had family members that still left in Haiti, yet I had never met them, didn't know how they looked. I grew up in Houston, Texas. So Houston is my home. That's what I considered home. The day I got here, I didn't even know how or where I was going, okay? I ended up getting in contact with my biological mother. I never met my biological mother, y'all. Wow. So at the age of 36, I was finally meeting the person who had me for the first time. And this was through her bearing a sign with my name. And that's how I knew. And it was difficult too, because when you deported into this country, they take you through so many changes. So I ended up being one of the last ones picked up. So I had broke down, y'all. I was emotionally disconnected anyways on the plane. I knew exactly when we hit Haiti territories, because the smell was different. It just felt different. And it could have been me consciously knowing that I was not wanting to come face to face with my fears, okay? So once I get there, I'm waiting all day, y'all. I called home to my sister in the States, and I'm breaking down, literally letting her know, look, nobody's here to pick me up. Y'all, I just really blacked out emotionally, mentally, in every way. I just couldn't understand that. And most of all that day, if going to prison, when I went to prison, I thought I was mad with God, but no. I felt so abandoned by God that day. I felt so alone. I felt like I was in a country full of people, yet I had nobody. I was there by myself. So when I call home, they're calling back to Haiti, asking for somebody to pick me up because they wouldn't release me unless someone signed for me. Now, everybody's gone. Even the officers there are concerned about me because they can see that I don't know nothing and I'm not familiar with the country. Make a long story short, I finally run into my biological mother. And y'all, the ride home, it was like everyone was pretty happy to see me because I found out I had 2 brothers and sister, and I was not happy. I was like sleep emotionally, mentally. I was so disconnected, you know. I really fell into a whole depression stage where I didn't even understand myself, okay? It took me a few days. The ride home was such a blur. I remember like on the way coming out of the airport, it was a pile of trash. People sleep on the trash, y'all. I just couldn't believe it. You know, my heart broke for what I was seeing. Now, remind you, this is my first day, y'all, being free after 13 years, which, you know, that's a long time. Even if I would have went home to the States, wherever I would have went, it would have been a transition. But now I felt like I was on a whole nother planet. This was stuff I was not even used to before my incarceration. I had not seen this. So the ride home, I remember seeing like the street, the crowdedness, there's so many people, y'all. I just really like closed my eyes and I blacked out. I mean, for days, y'all, I was depressed. I didn't want to eat. I remember crying so much. I cried and I cried. And then I'm like, okay, so are you going to keep crying? One day I just woke up. I'm like, are you going to keep crying? Or are you going to be a big girl and you're going to deal with this like you've dealt with everything else you face? Which is what brought me to wanting to share my life in Haiti with people. Because, y'all, I really, really, really never thought that life could get like this. Because here I was taking so much for granted. I always felt like, you know, life is life, you know. I made reckless decisions. I didn't think about my future. I didn't think how much effect that my behaviors actually had on me. And then now here I sit, it was like a whole pile dropped on me.
Bam!
It was my past. It was everything I've ever done. It was all the bad decisions I made. It was the changes. It was this and that. And I want to say, making this video, I really want to credit it to my time in TDC. Because had I not went to TDC and spent so many years deprived and being under the control of others and knowing how to live and with bare necessities in the States, how I grew up and my experience in prison, y'all, I don't know if I would be making this video today. I don't know if my days would go as they're going today. Like, I made after those few days, I woke up, I'm like, look, I have to have a different perspective about this. I got to start thinking different. I refuse to lose because everything attached to me win. As upset as I was with God, I knew He didn't bring me this far to leave me. So now I had to utilize my tools. I had to use my brains. I had to, you know, lean on Him more than my own understanding, because my own understanding, I was not getting anywhere. So today, that's why I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a YouTube. On my station, I'm not going to always talk, y'all. I just want people to get really familiar with me, get to know me a little bit as you follow me. Some days I may get in front of this camera and talk, speak on something, how days going, show y'all something. But my station is going to mainly be about showing you about the bad, the ugly, and the good of my country. Today, I haven't been in Haiti over 6 months. I can honestly say, as hurt and depressed I was for coming to Haiti, and I still battle, okay, but I'm proud to say that I'm Haitian. And I would like to have the whole world see every part of Haiti, and hopefully we can get people who are into nonprofit organizations, into helping, and to come out to Haiti, to really help. You got many people out here that want to help Haiti, but the money is really going into their own pocket. They're not really helping people, okay? So I really want, it's my desire, y'all, to help. And mainly it's to help with children to go to school. Y'all, living with my mom is like, I witnessed so much, okay? My second day, I needed to use the restroom. It just dawned on me I had no restroom. I had to go outside, y'all, and use the restroom. So degrading, okay? In addition to going outside to use the restroom, if I needed to do a number 2, I also had to go outside. People had no toilet paper. Then when I saw the kitchen area, there was no kitchen. It was putting pots on rocks. It was then few days into me being there, it rained. It was a mess that day, okay? Everybody was up 1:30 in the morning running around. Why? Because the roof leaked. So now you gotta spare what you have, and it's even hard to even lay where you land because the water is dripping on you. And I'm like, okay, God, I get this. I get it, okay? Use me for something bigger than myself. Use me to help others, okay? And this is what I want to do. Anyways, I hope that y'all like, share, and subscribe to my station. Please support me. If you have any questions, like always, I'm going to post on every video. If you got questions, whatever you want to ask me, whatever you want to know about Haiti, if you curious, if it's anything, even if you want to ask me about the trees around me, whatever you want to ask, please feel comfortable. Build a relationship with me as much as I want to build a relationship with y'all. And let's see together what kind of changes we can make. Thank y'all.
And support the sister, man. Really support her. Because she's down there in Haiti. She out here in the struggle. And Haiti's a different world, man. It's different, like she said. That's why I couldn't even say nothing in there. She covered everything. Haiti is definitely a different world.
Different.
It's a different world. And let them know your channel. Let them know the channel.
Oh, okay.
Life
in Haiti.
And it's all together, you said.
Life in Haiti, no space. Just Life in Haiti. So please like, share, subscribe, support your girl, man. Support me, okay? All right.
All right, peace out from, what's this area called in Haiti? Where we at?
We're in Thomasin.
So it's like outside of the capital. It's a nice area. It's a nice area.
It's the decent area because you don't want to live anywhere in Haiti because they do protests at any given day, and that gets dangerous. You know, even little kids seems to have a big old rock. They protesting too. So you always want to live kind of like on the countryside of Haiti, not too much in the city, because the city is where all the violence, gangs, kidnapping, so much is going on.
Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince, that if you want to live, that's not the best place for you to live. So, thank y'all.
And peace out from Haiti. More videos to come.
Right, welcome back. So, we can now realize that Haitians, they are now confused. They don't know what to do. They are there crying, moving east, west, and left and center. They only realize that black people were the only people who could come and save them. They disrespected black people. They called black people dirty. They underrated black people. They never wanted to cooperate with black people. Black people used to warn them, but they never listened to black people because they didn't see the reality of deportation. Because they never seen any reality of deportation. So right now as we speak, Trump is very busy, serious deporting them back to Haiti. Jamaicans on their side, on the other side, they have decided to reject them from their land. Okay? I'm just even wondering, where is the one love from Jamaica? Today Jamaica is rejecting them. Haitians are there confused. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to land. In Haiti is not a stable place for them. These are the people who used to stay in America. These are the people who used to live a good life, enjoy a luxurious life in America, in the United States. So today, they are afraid of going back to their country. They are afraid of going back to Haiti because Haiti is not a place to sustain life. Life in Haiti is not sustainable. That's the reality. But for the Haitians, they never wanted to accept this. So this is the time where now they are rising and they are now regretting and they are now panicking because it is too late for them. I always tell anybody, any immigrant, any other groups in America that America, it was built by black Americans. America, it was built by black people. And black Americans are indigenous people of the United States of America. So calling black Americans immigrants is not right. Do you know Haitians disrespected black Americans? It reached a point where now they used to come up and call black Americans immigrants. I saw some lady coming out saying that one day, one time, black Americans will going to be deported. They are going to have no home. They are going to become homelessness, which was disrespecting black Americans, because when you read the history, black Americans are indigenous of United States of America. Before the world started, we can know this is history. Black person is the first person in the world. That's the reality, because there is no way a black person can come out of the white person. There's no way a black person can come out of a white person. The reality is this: a black person is the first person in the world. So black people were the first indigenous people in the United States of America. Stop calling black Americans immigrants. That is what Haitians have to rectify. So these Haitians, they came out, they disrespected black Americans, and they used to call black Americans immigrants. They used to laugh at black Americans. They used to tell black Americans that when Trump will go to deport them, they are going to lose home. They are going to become homelessness. But today this is coming on their turn, because right now Jamaicans have rejected them. They don't know where to go. Jamaicans on their side, they say no. They don't want to see Haitians on their side. Haiti is not a good place to sustain any life. Haiti is not stable. Okay? Haiti is not peaceful. So these people, they used to enjoy a luxurious life. Okay, they used to enjoy good life in the United States. They didn't know that they are enjoying good life in the land of Black Americans. This is history. The Black Americans' ancestors, they were there fighting for any other Black communities to go to America. Some 50 years back, some 60 years back, some 70 years back, Black American ancestors, they worked hard. They fought for these other for these other immigrants to go there, because before then nobody was allowed to go to United States of America. But it was because of the work of Black Americans. Today, Africans, any other immigrant, we are all going to America and we are all enjoying privileges here. So disrespecting Black Americans is not a good thing. Disrespecting Black Americans, calling them dirty, calling them confused, calling them names is not a good thing. So this is a big lesson today Haitians are learning. This is a big lesson any other immigrant has to learn, so that they can't make any other mistake like this. They have to learn this. They have to know that no one should have to come out any time to make such kind of mistake of calling Black Americans that, of calling Black Americans names, of disrespecting Black Americans. But you have to go start cooperating with the Black Americans. You have to go start cooperating, respecting Black Americans, and you are going to proceed. When you talk of economic factors of America, it is all being held by Black people. Today, Black people are boycotting Asians' businesses. What are we seeing online? Asians are crying because no more sales. I saw some clips of Asian Americans fighting over a Black customer yesterday, and I was like, whoa, these people are there bragging. Today, they are fighting for Black customers. So, they have to respect Black people. They have to respect Black Americans. And any other immigrant in the United States, they have to respect and cooperate with the Black people. If you don't want to go to respect and cooperate with Black people, Trump will deport all of you, and the Black Americans will remain there, and no one will blame anybody. So coming out and blame later Black Americans, no. They fought for you, you went there, now it's you to use your brains and start cooperating with them, start respecting them, so that you can sustain life there. Because white supremacy is there for you, against you people. White supremacy is always there, very serious. If you are going to joke, Black Americans will never be touched by white supremacy. Black Americans will going to remain in the United States. But you other immigrants, I'm talking of Haitians and all these other immigrants, you have to start cooperating, respecting, and know that Black Americans are the indigenous people of that land. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, this is Majoka Report Extra. If you're new here, kindly make sure you subscribe to this channel. And let's meet to our next video. I have a good program that I'm bringing in. Once we just reach to 1,000 subscribers, I have a good plan. I have a good project that I'm coming in with. So let us all make sure that we subscribe to this channel. And then we come back, we talk more. I'm going to come in the next video. I talk more about what I'm coming in with. So kindly let us make sure that we all subscribe. Let us meet in our next video. Peace out.